Hello everybody, today I'm going to be doing a little brewing tutorial, and basically I'm going to be covering the basics of brewing in this part 1. I'm going to try to keep it pretty short, but some of you might know me, I usually tend to extend it for way too long. And in later parts I'll cover all the potions and how to brew them. So what you'll need for the basics are something called a brewing stand, and you make this brewing stand by getting 3 pieces of cobblestone right here, pretty easy to get, and a blaze rod. And so put that in a crafting bench like this, you can get a brewing stand. With this brewing stand you can brew basically any potion that's out there. So this you will absolutely need if you're looking to brew your own potions. Potions can also be found through various other means. If you find an igloo with a zombie villager in it, sometimes you can find a potion of weakness. I'll explain what every potion does in another part. Some witches sometimes drop potions if they're drinking them, and there are other ways to get potions. If you're looking for a brewing stand specifically, you can actually find them in some villages. If the village has a cleric, I believe, then they will actually have a brewing stand. And yeah, so that's another way to get a brewing stand if you're finding blazes too hard to kill, which drop blaze rods. Another recipe that you should know, this is just something to keep in the back of your head. This is the recipe for something called a fermented spider eye, which looks like this. You have the spider eye, regular, you have some sugar, and you have a mushroom. Placed like this, you get a fermented spider eye. And this will be useful for a lot of recipes, so I'm just covering it right now. Now, what will the potions be stored in? You can store them in a cauldron, but you can't drink them out of a cauldron. If you want to actually use the potion, then you actually have to put them in here like this. It's called a bottle. And this bottle, it will be crafted with 3 pieces of glass, like so, and it will give you 3 bottles. And you need to fill these bottles up with water. Having a source block of any size will be fine. It's not like a bucket where it just gets reduced as soon as you take it out. So if I had... So this source block right here could fill infinite water bottles, assuming that you don't have any other water. You don't need other water. One thing you should also be grabbing is this thing right here. You'll also need this in the nether. So even if you find that brewing stand in a village, which is actually becoming increasingly common, I mined some of it in an earlier attempt to film this video. But so here we are. This is nether wart, and it's growing. You won't find it like this. You will find it in a nether fortress. You can actually grow it in the overworld. You grow it on soul sand. I don't think it requires access to light or anything like that, so just growing it anywhere will be fine. And if I break some of this here, let me just check that tile drops are on. Yeah, tile drops are on. So if I break some of this, I have a setting off. Maybe that. Maybe it's not breaking because I've been creative. I think that's why. But either way, it would. So you'll find that you'll get something. Yeah, not nether rack, nether wart, right here. Then this is what you need. This is pretty much the basis for any potion, though there are some exceptions. But if you want to make, as you can see, it's already growing on here. And if you break it, you can get some nether wart out of it. And so that's what you need for the basics of brewing. So I'm going to cover the first few potions because those are essential to understanding the rest of them. So right here we have the water bottle, and I'll just break the block, why not? And we have a water bottle, and as you can see below it, it says no effects. When you actually brew a potion for your first time, you will see that there's an effect under it. But for now, water bottle, I can drink it just by holding the screen. It's probably something different on Windows 10 or... Oh, I turned on mob spawning. Let me turn it off now. So yeah, that's the basics of it. There's gonna be no effects when you drink it. And why did I drink it again? Alright, next thing we have right here is the awkward potion, and I labeled it as awkward. But if you found it in awkward, okay, so this is how you'd actually find it, awkward potion. And how to get this, I put the instructions for it right here, very cryptic manner though. You take a water bottle and you go to your brewing stand. Alright, you go to your brewing stand right here. You can see I put some nether wart in it, and I'm actually going to use it on this water bottle. You'll also notice that there's this yellow bar right here. So let's say I bring out another brewing stand. And I'll take some blaze powder, and you guys will see why. So in recent updates, you used to not have to do, you didn't have to do this originally. But what you need to do, you can see in this little area right here, there's a picture for something that looks very much like blaze powder. So all you need to do is just put it in. Now you see I have 63 blaze powder, so it used one, and it filled this up. This is kind of like a brewing stand fuel, is a good way of putting it. And that's what it is. If you don't have any fuel in there, you will not be able to brew. So you need the blaze rod for the brewing stand, plus you will need who knows how much blaze powder. Blaze powder, by the way, if you take a blaze rod right here, just any blaze rod will do, you get 2 blaze powder per blaze rod. So I could do this, I would get maybe 2 stacks of blaze powder. Nothing too hard to remember. So we put, let's say, our water bottle in right here, and I have some nether wart. We put that in, and you can see those bubbles start to go. When that arrow fills up with white all the way down to the bottom, then it'll be done brewing, and it'll make a little sound. I'm going to increase my volume because it's already at max. It'll make a little glug 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 sound. Yeah, there you go. And the awkward potion is what we get. It's already what we had, but I got this in the creative menu. This one is freshly brewed. So, one thing to note, the awkward potion is known as a base potion. What a base potion is it does nothing on its own. So if you drink it, you'll notice it also says no effects, just like the water bottle. If I drink it, it won't do anything. I don't get anything, nothing special happens. However, you need this potion to be able to continue with the rest of the potions. So I'm going to leave that out. I'm going to clear up my inventory right here. Then the next thing we got here is another base potion. And this one, if memory serves, it is the mundane potion. And I'll put the awkward potions aside. And what the mundane potion does, mundane suggests it's pretty boring, which in my opinion it is. And so let's say you use a water bottle and you brew one of the following items: a glistering melon, spider eye, magma cream, sugar, blaze powder, then a gas tier. If you brew any one of these items into a normal water bottle, by the way, if you brew them into an awkward potion, it will turn out something different. So if you're looking for a mundane potion specifically, you need to do this from a water bottle. And actually, I put a little blackstone connection. I accidentally broke this just now, but yeah. So you can see that this was where the water bottle was, and this is where, yeah. So here, if you, sorry about the cave noises. So, that was the mundane potion, and that is the base, that is known as a base potion. And next we have a long mundane potion. If you want to get this, you have to brew it with redstone. So if you take a water bottle, brew it with some redstone, then you will get a long mundane potion. If you want this thing right here, it's called a thick potion, not with two C's. You brew it with some glowstone, dust, not the block, and once you do that, you can get a thick potion, and those four, so you have the thick potion, long mundane, normal mundane, and then the awkward potion. These are known as the base potions. They don't do anything on their own, but they are needed if you want to make any more potions. And here are the rest of the potions. I will be going over them in part 2 of this series. But yeah, that's going to be it for part 1. Thanks for watching, and please leave a like and subscribe. Did you log me?